Yo, what is going on guys? Houndish here, and this week's Trials of Osiris map is Exodus Blue, which is a map that I hadn't really thought about and considered being in Trials of Osiris this time around, and it's also quite a contrasting map against Bannerfall from last week, which I felt was a pretty heavily sniper orientated map. There was a lot of opportunities to snipe if you can kind of grab the right part of the map and protect it. It was a pretty good way to play, but this map is kind of much more narrow lines of sight, so if you are sniping, you'll have kind of generally less opportunities and you'll have to be kind of a lot more accurate and generally better as a sniper, I feel, to do well on this particular map, which is why a lot of people are playing more aggressively using shotguns, because as well as that there's a lot more cover and kind of pathways that you can make to get close to your enemy and things like that. So anyway, I wanted to kind of mention a few things that I have found useful on this map, a few tips and tricks. We've did a couple of runs on this map already, and it seems to me that right here where we are, which is actually next to Zone C if you're capturing in control, is pretty much the power position for the map from either spawn, because if you can push into here, you have good opportunities to kind of engage the enemy team as you push in if you use your grenades cleverly and your snipers and stuff. But once you're in here, you can also kind of hold this area down and use it to access the other team with, you know, some nice lines of sight and nice cover, where other areas in the map can be a little bit tricky. It's easier to throw grenades into the central building. It can be harder to kind of get kills with primaries looking through these kind of spaces that you can see in front of me, obviously because people can move around so much easier. This is where very good snipers will do pretty well. But either way, the leverage that kind of Zone C area gives you, and this is from either spawn as well, that kind of spot is pretty strong position to be in to access the enemy and kind of have an advantage when gunfighting them in general. So I think that's pretty important positioning right there. Obviously right here I'm showing you a clip of you can snipe from the other spawn into there pretty effectively, and it's actually a very hidden spot. I've been sniped from the other side from there a couple of times, and it's quite hard to actually see people back there. So if you are sniping from the inside, make sure you're careful and you look right at the back over there. As you can see in this clip, I've just taken someone out right there. And then for the heavy spawns, you can access either side's heavy pretty rapidly from each team's spawn, so you tend to get a mixture of people, and it's kind of pretty difficult to tell which way a team is going when they actually go for the heavy ammo. So what I've tended to find is the most useful way to do it, if you have someone with an aggressive supercharge like Hammer or Stormcaller, even Golden Gun or something like that, you can send them to the outside heavy and they can kind of push that one. If they do find the enemy team, then they can use the supercharge, and if you send two inside, and obviously if they find the enemy team, they can gunfight them, use supers kind of if you need to kind of win that battle. So that is pretty much the best way I've found to run the heavy round, is just to send two inside and one outside. It seems to be a good way to do it in my opinion, because heavy doesn't really work like it used to as much. I found in the first year's Trials of Osiris with rocket launchers and the type of weapons people used, it was a lot more common that each team would just grab their own heavy. But in this version of Trials, or this year's Trials should I say, it seems that people are kind of all over the place. Now right here you can see this guy absolutely caught me out up the top of there. If you're in that spawn, it's something to bear in mind that you can use the top of those buildings and the pipes on the outside of the map right there as well. I'm sure a few of you will know about. You can use those to your advantage, but if of course you are attacking from our spawn, you've got to kind of be careful about people hiding in those sort of positions and stuff like that. But anyway guys, that's just kind of a few things that I've noticed about this particular map. It's quite different to what we saw inside of Bannerfall, and I think a lot of people kind of got used to sniping and practicing sniping more inside of the Taken King, and that really kind of paid off inside of Bannerfall. But on this map it's a little bit, I don't know, because I don't really use shotguns all that much anymore, where I actually used to use them quite a lot. So I found when I am using shotguns on this map, it's quite bizarre, but they are pretty effective. Invective, by the way, if you haven't been using it, is absolutely brilliant for this map, guys. But anyway, hope you have kind of found these things kind of useful, or something to consider at least, and hopefully it might help a few of you guys out in getting those flawless runs, or at least a good few wins inside of Exodus Blue. So if you have enjoyed the video, drop me a like and comment down below. Let me know if you've gone flawless on this map, or if you've got any awesome tips, or if there's any questions or things that might be able to help you with. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see a lot more Destiny content. But for now, you guys have a great weekend inside of Trials of Osiris, and I will catch you very soon.